Hello and welcome to the channel. Gordon here of G17 Collectibles. So this is the Fanhome Build Your Own Robocop video series. We're going to be covering off issues 27, 28, 29 and 30 today. So here's all the magazines, here's all the parts. From what I can see, we have bits of maybe the right leg and some potential upper thigh pieces to finish off the left leg. In this set of issues, which has been delivered in the last week or so, we also received another free gift, which is the Robocop t-shirt. I haven't had a chance really to have a look and open it at the moment, but it's just a simple plain black t-shirt with a nice white printed silhouette of Robocop. So that'll go with the lovely Robocop hat that we've already got, which was delivered in a previous issue. So yeah, that'll be interesting to put the Robocop t-shirt and Robocop hat on, and I can walk about outside looking like a complete and utter geek. Or a tool, depending on how it looks on me. Right, so yeah, let's dig in. Let's do the first issue, and we'll see what this month's delivery has got in store for us. So kicking right off with issue 27, we have the parts of the magazine here. Let's take a look and see what we are going to be doing. This is the left thigh, so a continuation of what we were doing in the previous videos. Let's get the parts out here. So we have, sure there's nothing left in the bag. Okay, so parts wise, we have got the bottom of the outer rear left thigh, which is this piece here. We have the top of the outer rear left thigh, which is that part there. We have some inner connectors, which are these black plastic plates. A plate of the inner left thigh, which is this little silver section there, and some EP and CP screws. So let's get these parts out. Again, sad to report, and you'll be fed up hearing me say this, but these parts are plastic, which I'm disappointed with. I can't hide my disappointment, you know. The left leg, the lower calf section was largely die cast with some plastic plates, etc. But the whole upper thigh is almost plastic. So let's bring over, you know, the left leg. So that's mainly die cast. The foot's die cast. We've got some good die cast components in here, and a die cast piece here. But yeah, a lot of the outer plates are going to be plastic. So it is what it is. Keep saying that, is what it is. So what we need to do is we need to join these two sections together. Hope it doesn't say snap again. Fit the top of the outer rear left thigh over the bottom of the outer rear left thigh. Good. So you're not telling me to snap them together anymore, which is great. So it looks as if that's the correct orientation and fitment there. How we're going to do that is we're going to attach a little plate. So we need some CP screws here. And a one plate. And first of all, we're going to put a plate on this side here. I'm not taking that just yet. And then we're going to marry that up. Put the plate across. Get another wee screw. And get that side in. So just check the other side, make sure it's lined up properly, which it is. Plastic into plastic, so do take care with your screws, making sure you don't over tighten them. Okay, good. The alignment looks okay. Panel lines are even. That's good. Okay. Now, attach the new assembly to the rest of the thigh. The connector 26C protrudes from 26B, so the issue 26 assembly fits next to the issue 27 assembly. Once the 27A assembly is in place, fix the connector 26C to 27B with a CP screw. So we're going to take this part that we finished in the last couple of issues, and we're now going to marry these two sections up. This plate here is what it's referring to. It protrudes from 26B, so we need to put a screw in there. What should, in theory, happen here is that when we marry these two sections up on the other side, it should come together quite nicely. Now, what I've just noticed is there is a hole here and a pin, so that's going to connect in there quite nicely to give us that kind of bottom section joined together. And with any luck, when we turn that over, the plate's going to marry up, which it does. And we can put a little screw in there to get that held into position. Okay, so that's in nice and tight, and yeah, that looks okay. So largely together, married up. Okay, so I've married them two up. I put the screw in that section. That's pretty decent. Now it's telling us that we need another plate in this section down here. So these two lugs here, we're going to put a plate over there like that, and with two CP screws secure that together. Alright, tighten them up to a degree. There we go. And the next section, just turn that over, show you the finish. Again, all plastic. The next section is to bring back the left leg with this orientation there. And we're going to be marrying up this section to this section, and the posts look as if, let's have a quick check here. Yeah, okay. So just a dry fitment first. We have got another pin here and a hole in there, so they have to marry up. Another pin there and a hole down here which we have to marry up. Post wise, it looks as if these two posts are marrying up with these two posts, and these two posts are marrying up with these two lugs there, and then them two are marrying up with them two. So I'm going to start with the bottom to try and get that pin in first, which is tight. That's the front section in. That's the back section in. And that's the top section in. Okay, that was easy. That was fairly straightforward. Then, turning it over, we're going to take the EP screws and we're going to take 4 of them and put one in this section. Okay. One in here. so they're fairly tight. And then one in here. And one in there. Good. I just check my lines and my fitment, make sure everything is lined up properly and correctly, which it is. Good. So, whoa, getting a bit of a left leg going now. Next section is to take 2 screws and 2 EP screws and screw them okay, that's so there's 2 holes here. These holes are just for access because you actually need to get the screw all the way down from here through into the posts or the lugs on the other side. So this could be tricky, might not be tricky, but I need to somehow get that through in there. And hit the right hole. I have no idea whether I've been able to do that or not. Nope. Yep, that's going to be a ball ache. I can just about see where the screw needs to go, I think. Okay, we'll try that again. It needs to go at an angle, like this. So what you need to try and do is get your screwdriver in and try and hit that hole. Yep. I've lost the screw. Let me read the instructions because it might give me a tip here. Then put 2 EP screws in the holes in 25A. Use the magnetised screwdriver to prevent the screw from falling into the part. Yep, okay. Place the leg horizontally on a smooth surface. The screwdriver enters at an angle perpendicular to the surface as shown in the detail. Yeah, that's easier said than done. Going to have to be torch time. Let's get a wee torch in here. Ah, okay. So I'm trying to do it that way. The screw hole's actually that way. Oh, what an absolute tool. Okay, I can see the holes. Let's let's give that another try. Oh, this is nothing but entertaining. So I'm getting like this. Yeah. This is going to be hard. Okay, I'm going to save you the pain of watching me trying to do this. I'm going to cut there, and once I've achieved it, I'm going to come back. Yippee, I done it. It wasn't too tricky, but there is, I wouldn't say it's the most difficult thing in the world, but it was slightly tricky. The problem is it's a blind hole, so you're having to lower the screwdriver in with your screw and trying to line it up perfectly with a post and hole which is about here. I managed to get this one in the first try. This one took me 2 or 3 extra tries, but looking at where the hole was and then lining my screwdriver up and very gently trying to keep it straight, managed to get it in. So good, that's done. The next section is to apply this little plate, which is 27D. 27D is going to be applied in this area here. There is a particular curvature to this and a certain way to do it. From what I can see, it looks as if it goes like so, and it's a push fit, so that's in there nicely. Okay, so that is all the steps for this stage 27. I'm now going to move to stage 28. Okay, stage 28, here's the magazine and the parts. Let's take a look at the build stage. So we are going to be continuing the left thigh, which is great. I think this might be some of the last parts that we need to do for the left thigh. I can't see very much more needing done. So there we go, empty bag, good. What have I got here? So we've got some screws. We've got 28A, the left thigh front cover, which is this big section here. We've got 28B, the left thigh OCP plate, which is that there. We have the left thigh front rib, which is that section there. Outer hip cover, which is D, which is that. Left inner thigh screw cap, which is this little piece here. And then some BM and some BP screws. So let's get these parts out. That's a nice wee clamshell to protect it. We've got that rib plate and that plate there. Again, plastic, 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 plastic. Bringing back the leg that we've been working on. I think we're looking at the front here, yes. We're going to take part A, 20A, which is at left thigh front cover, and it looks like that is going to locate yep. There is pins, there's a locating pin there. Let's see if I can get that pin in properly. Yep, so that's the pin in. Good. It's aligned okay. Then we're going to take some BM screws. Let's get the BM screws out. And secure that plate in place, both what looks like there. And there. And then after that, we're going to take these BP screws and do the same on the other side of the plate, which is here. And here. Okay, that's nice and tight. Then it's telling us to take the front rib and place that onto the thigh cover. It has pins that push into the holes in the centre of 28A. So just looking at this, just do a bit of a dry fit first. 3 pins, holes 1, 2, 3. There is a section here which has been cut out. That obviously goes potentially, yep, that lines up with this plate here. So there's a recess, and then that's a raised plate. So I'm just going to start top hole in, middle hole in, bottom hole in. Press fit that in. It's quite nice. Okay. Then we're going to take the OCP plate. There's 6 pins on that, 3 on each side. The plate goes down like this, so ECP is at the top, 001's at the bottom. And that looks as if it literally just places over the top and is a nice press fit in. That piece is quite nice, it's quite clear and crisp. Try and do a bit of a close-up on that. That's pressed in quite nicely. Then on the other side here, we're going to take this cover. The 2 pins, two different holes. The pins are sized differently, so we've got a thicker one and a thinner one, which correspond to larger hole and smaller hole. That's literally just going to line up and press fit in. That's quite nice. Then we have on the back side here, we have this part, which is to cover the screw hole. You can see it has a locating edge, which corresponds to the hole. So that's just going to press fit in there like so. And then we need to retrieve the part we saved from a previous issue, which is this part, I believe. And that's going to go into these 2 holes here. So again, smaller hole and thicker hole should then just press fit on top like that. Great, so that looks as if we've now got a complete left leg. I can't see anything detail wise that's missing. And it should, yeah, it should be able to bend. So we've got articulation on the foot, articulation on the knee. There we have a complete Robocop left leg. Right, on to the next issue. Okay, so the next issue is 29. 29 looks like the start or a continuation, or whatever you want to call it, of potentially the right leg. So let's get all the bits and bobs out. Yep, these look familiar. Obviously it's going to be almost identical to the way in which we built the left leg. So, apologies for the crap plasticky noise. So what have we got in this issue? We have the right calf. Okay, so parts wise, nice metal die cast part. This is the inside of the right calf. We have the ankle joint, which is this metal piece here. We have the ankle joint washer and spring, and some FM and some RM screws. So I need to get the foot, the right foot that were being constructed in previous issues, which is here. And it's telling me to take the washer and the spring and locate them onto the foot. So let's do like that, and the spring on top. Now we have to take, let's get the RM screws out, the black metal component here, which is the ankle joint support, and we're going to place that over the top and screw it together with an RM screw. So it goes over the top here, and we screw that together. I don't think it needs to be super tight, but tight enough so it's not wobbly, but it also gives us the ability to move that joint. Which, yep, looks good to me. Let's get that a wee bit tighter, I think. stage is to take, yeah, that should have the ability to bend, which to be fair I don't think mine does, so I'm going to loosen it off a little bit. I think I've tightened it a bit too much. It's a balance between making sure that this doesn't, it's not wobbly, but it's tight enough to keep the, I'm not too happy with that. So let me just read through here. Bring the ankle joint support over to joint and the washer and the spring between the two pieces. The tab on the washer, which is here, should be in the recess for the ankle joint support. Finally, insert a screw into support to fix the assembly together. Check that the ankle joint support can rotate a few degrees forward and backward. So if I remember correctly from the other foot, I did have to do some fettling with this. I don't think that's a great piece of construction, to be honest with you, because it feels as if it's loose, but I can't move it backwards and forwards. There we go. So it's now moving, but it just feels a little bit on the loose side. See that? See the play in that? Okay. I'm not majorly bothered by it because I've still got that ankle ball joint support. So, okay. Now we've to take the calf and lining the calf up with these two locating pins. We take an FM screw and screw them together. And it's going to go into the top. Like so. There we go. So that's all there is to do in that stage. And our last issue for this video is issue 30, and that'll be me completely up to date with all the issues I have in my possession until the next delivery. It looks as if it's a repeat of issue 17, which I had missing parts or incorrect parts, and it's the back calf piston. So parts wise, let's have a look and see what we've got here, make sure these ones are correct. Look okay so far. We've got some AM screws, some BP screws. We have the upper rod clamp 30A, which is this piece, which is correct. The upper rod clamp cap, which is B, which is this piece. The ball mount A, which is this piece, and ball mount B, which is that piece, and that was a piece I was missing, the 17. So screw wise, let's get some screws out. So AMs and our BPs. And we're going to take this part and take this part and this part, marry them together in that way, and then take two BP screws to join these two parts together. Tight but not too tight, because we do want a little bit of ball movement on this. So there we go. Then we are going to take the right foot I've been working on, and we've just joined that calf section too. We'd already previously put this piston rod in. So the piston rod needs to come back off. Why tell us to put it on in the first place, but okay. So we're going to undo the screw from the bottom of the piston rod. We're going to thread this part through the piston rod and connect that back to the foot. Like so. Have I got that the right way up? Yes. Then we're going to take, that will more than likely be attached at a later stage. But anyway, that goes in there. And we have to take this top cap and put the top cap push fit into there. And then when the other part of the calf arrives, I'd imagine we're going to screw this into the other half of that section. I'll guarantee I'm going to have to take that back off to screw it to the other section. So okay. Right, so that's us now done, issue 30. As I said before, repeat myself here, I'm up to date now, so that's 30 issues that have now been delivered. We've done a recap of where we are in the last video. So that's us. I've just got some tidying up to do now, and then I can move off to another couple of videos. So hope you've found that reasonably okay and entertaining. Hopefully it won't be too long before I get the next set of magazines and we can work through them. But until the next time, thanks for checking the video out, thanks for your patience, and take care.